And welcome back. This is the ANZ Gamer, also known as Angel at 85. We are now back at the survival at the constructor. We are going to get we have our base starter ready to go. Let's just put that stuff in there. As you can see, I've already dumped the ores into and our loot from that cannon drone that I dispatched earlier. We're going to get our wooden blocks ready to go because this is really the only thing I have available that I am willing to spend resources on, because it's just otherwise it's to me it's just a little bit of a waste at this stage. I'm early game. I've got iron ingots and stuff like that. But anyway, while that's doing its thing, one of the things we're going to do is I'm going to go into the tech tree, going into the base map here, and just seeing what I've got available. Yes, we want the plant lights, we want the interiors, we want the elevator block. We've got the cannon and the automatic, we've got the large constructor, which is fantastic. Food processor, cool. Let's have a look at the other things. Tools, do we need any more of these tools? Yes, we'll unlock the work light for now, but at level 7 I really want work light 2. I prefer work light 2, it gives me much more thing. Let's get the sniper rifle, because I love being a sniper. So we get the O2. As you can see, we've got these the starter blocks going. Small vessel, so let's start unlocking stuff there. So we want the RCS, we want a docking pad, we want generator, we want fuel tank, we want O2 tank, we also want we're going to want a cockpit, and we're going to want the O2 station for starters. But we're going to keep working, because the next thing is going to be because at this point all we're doing is we're working on our base. One of the other things I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump into the blueprints. As I said, oh hello, there's a couple of workshop things that I've wanted to try out, but we're not going to use those. We're going to just focus here on the BA starter. See, we're not even going to use any of this stuff. The one thing we're going to use is the HV starter. We're going to click to factory, and we're going to drop into the factory these required ingots and get that going. So we're going to just pull out these ingots, the cobalt, all that sort of stuff. We've got silicon, iron, cool. We're going to jump back into the blueprints. It's going to leave the factory there. We're going to just pick up this stuff. 41. And we want to go... we only want 14. That's our 270 right there. Copper. Let's break this up. What do we want? 30, so we want to get that. Bang. Cobalt. We want 100 cobalt ingots. Now, with this mechanic, it's love it to pieces. Allows us to basically, for the one less creative of us, I should say, less creative as in me, really what's the word? We're not, as I said, not very creative. So we've got that going. One of the things, see, I can't actually, so I need a large constructor. So one of the things that we're going to start looking at doing is we're going to start getting these things operational, such as the water generator, the clone chamber, so we actually, which creates our spawn point, the large constructor, so we get access to all the blueprints. Have unlocked a generator, drive everything, a full fuel tank to actually supply the generator with so that it can actually access fuel. So let's get a wriggle on here before I get too far ahead of myself. So we're gonna just let's place the starter there. Problem is, the moment that I've got the base up, I'm probably going to start getting attacked. And you might be going, hang on a second, what do you mean attacked? Well, those drones that I killed in the those drones that we encountered in the first episode will come after me and try and destroy my base, all my hard work, and we don't really particularly want that. Kitties, we don't. So we're just gonna build a very basic foundation here. Get it all up and running and gravy. Like so. It's not going to be, as I said, it's not going to be the prettiest of things on the planet of Akua, but it's going to get the job done. It's going to get us on the way to that delicious cheeseburger. So we're going to get our walls up. Now the really nifty thing is, as I said, everything creates experience. So as I'm building this, I'm actually getting experience, which to some might seem a little bit silly. It's like, well, hang on a second, you know, what's going on here? You know, well, you know, you get experience building as you're doing something. You're playing the game, you know. Why not? Why shouldn't you get experience? Now, the ideal height of a wall is going to be 3 high, but the problem with that is I need elevator. So what I've got to do is I've got to get one of these things up and running. And we're going to need a roof, and we're just going to need a whole lot of things. So first things first, we'll get the generator underway, which requires metal components, which is in here. So let's get those underway. We'll get some cables underway, we'll get some electronics underway, get some of those going, get some metal plates up so we can get some pipes going. And then I'll actually get some metal pieces. I've got some fuel, which is good, because then we want 1, 2, 3. We get some charges going. We will need the remove and repair tool eventually, but we'll see how we go. So as this is doing its thing, 42, 41, 40. Let's just come out of that. As I said, basically, if I do not hurry and get some of the stuff up and running, especially some form of defense, so basically I'm going to need to get a large constructor up, and I'm going to need to start focusing straight onto the cannon, the cannon, so that I can basically defend myself. So I'm not having to run out there with my pistol firing wildly in the air. I could hurt someone. So we might just do a little cut here, and we'll be back. Okay, so welcome back. We've just almost ready to go. We've got a couple of things sitting here under the constructor. As you can see, I've made some drill charges, some repair removal charges. We've got our large constructor done. We've got our small generator coming. We've got the fuel tank coming. I have the remove and repair tool coming, assault rifle, and the 5.8mm rounds for the assault rifle. While we were waiting for that to have come through, something else happened, and that is the hover vessel that we had in the blueprints is now done. And there it is up there. It comes up with the little uppy downy thingy. We just click on spawn, bang. We now have a hover vessel to play with. This is obviously just the stock standard one. One of the things I do like actually doing, which I can't quite do right now, I have to wait until my next level up to get the stuff, is one of these little spotlight cubey thingies. So just go on the front, just give some light during nighttime hours, which, as you can clearly see, we have just gone through in the time of waiting. So there's our repair and removal tool. We'll just shuffle this all down. We've got our small generator, we have our fuel tank now. We're going to take the pipes, the computer, the glass pane, the metal components, the electronics, we'll leave the, we'll take the metal plate too, and the control device. Everything else is fine. Actually, we'll take the fuel pack as well. We'll take all the ores out of here too. So I'll just have to... Oop, no, need to leave the magnesium in there. Whoops. Promethium ore can come out, because we're going to drop it in our base just here. So we will finish this episode off by placing this thing. So this is our, might rotate that around a little bit like that, and we will put, so we've got the constructor now, so we're going to just drop this stuff in here like a cell. Glass pane, that the promethium ore, the iron ingots, we'll drop the fuel packs in there as well. Actually, well, half the stack, I'm going to hold on to half of it, because we'll need to fuel up the small tanks. We'll drop the generator and that on there. We will get the base enclosed, which I will do by that. Bang. And as you can see, the moment we put a loose thing on, ambient sounds gone. No ambient sounds. Ambient sounds. So, which is a lovely addition. They actually, that was something I have a sneaking suspicion came in one of the updates. Actually, let's charge this up. We're going to bust a hole right in here, because this is where we're going to put an elevator. We don't need that anymore. Okay, so now I'm going to put the generator there. I'm going to put the fuel tank there. I'm going to fuel this up, and I'm going to hit Y and let there be power. Cool, no warnings at this stage. This is great. As you can see, we've got the cannon turret there, which is fantastic. That's what I want to see. We're going to need some more metal components for that. We're going to need 2 motors and cables. Did I pick up the cables? I could have sworn I picked up the cables. Maybe I don't have any cables. This is annoying. And there's our sniper rifle. So obviously the sniper rifle was not, as I mentioned before, we have the survival generator, survival constructor that can't construct everything. It just gets us to this stage. Then we have the large constructor that will construct everything. There is another tier of constructor up, which I actually mentioned in the in those the little creative. There it is. Drones are on our way to attack the base. So we actually need to get a wriggle on here. We're gonna want we'll do 5 of them quickly. See, this is why we need to get cobalt as soon. I'm going to have to go and look for cobalt very, very shortly, because we're running out of it very quick. So we've got 13. I'm actually going to need a couple more. We'll do another few of them. So we're going to get this up before we finish off here for this episode. So you're going to want 2 motors, 2 motors. I'm not in the right bloody thing. So components. So we're going to want cables. Thankfully, cables only require, I'm pretty sure, yeah, copper ingots. So we'll get those underway. What else does the motor want? The motor wants electronics. We're good for electronics. We need 2 of them. What was the... so that's cannon. So we got, yep, motors and components. The other thing we're going to need is actually a small ammo box. Plate, control device cable, so we want 1 of them. And I'm going to have to quickly duck out. One of the really cool things is that we're going to have an assault rifle ready to go. That's going to be a beaut. So we go over here, assault rifle, ready to go. Got a couple of rounds of that magnesium powder metal, so let's get... I did leave the bloody cable in there, I knew I had it. Bloody knew it. Make sure that my assault rifle's ready to go. I'm going to want to put some stairs in, because it's going to get annoying very quickly to jump up, which will be one of the things that I won't worry about too much at this stage. So 2 motors, so we want that. We get these things in here. Get so we've got 5 and 5, so I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at this stage, and I'll get the magnesium, let's get the promethium ore running, promethium pellets going, and we'll get the magnesium powder running too. So we need that. So we've got our small ammo box now, which we will see. There we go, minigun. Oh, we've got 2 drones coming in. Our cannon is not going to be ready to go yet. So let's quickly get up here. Nice old, good old vantage point. Drop that in there. You ain't gonna fire, buddy. Yes, we can hear you. But we've got our assault rifle. And we've just taken care of those quite quickly, thanks to the assault rifle. Yay for the assault rifle. Loot this up. This is fantastic. Some good loots here. Some good componentry. Fantastic. We'll pick this mushroom looking thing, which is actually the... must be something it's shooting at. I don't know what it is. I may need to set this to... it must be firing at... Actually, just quickly go into it. So here we go, the cannon turret, 8% damage. This is not good. What we want to do is we actually want to take the predator off that, and we'll leave it as alien and other factions. So it's not actually burning through our ammunition, which it's pretty much done. So let's drop all this stuff in here now. It's all in, which is... oh, and the glass pane. We'll take out the rounds of 30mm bullets, which are for the thing on top, and we've pretty much got a nice starting system. We'll get the door going on here. Quickly go to... where are we? Want some stairs, and we're going to want a clone chamber, which is metal components, which, as I said, we need cobalt for. So I'm going to have to go and find some cobalt. But we won't do that now at this stage. We will leave the episode here. Thanks for watching. As always, I'm the ANZ Gamer, also known as Angel885. And I'll see you next time.